Hello everyone, JGamerB here, and it's been a while since I last played DBD, and I'll explain that later. But right now, this whole topic of the video is how I feel about the new Pyramid Head changes that came, and I gotta say, I really do like the Pyramid Head changes. Most likely the add-ons, because it's been 5 years since his add-ons were really bad, most of them, other than the range and the increased duration. But that's just it. Now, all of them are pretty solid and a bit interesting. I haven't tried them all out though, because it's been at least 2 days now since Pyramid Head has been hit to live. But not only that, the base kit changes for him are also pretty good. Everything that they did with Pyramid Head is really good, and I actually like it as a P100 Pyramid Head player. Now, with that all aside, I can understand why Behavior add a base kit borrow time into his cages, because he is very, very good at tunneling. Very mean as hell when he tunnels. I can see why they did this, because it was frustrated, especially with the perks. But even with so, I think Pyramid Head is still good at tunneling though, because DS won't work, Off the Record won't work, Babysitter won't work, Will Make It won't work. Like, most of the hook perks won't work at all, especially with the healing meta going on around. So even so, Pyramid Head is probably still strong, but at least maybe not as powerful at tunneling as he was before. And also with that aside, the punishment of the damn range being now 10 meters makes his best add-ons, at least two of his best add-ons, into base kit. And this is a really good change, because there are times where, like, you try to get a flick and you try to get a shot on, and like blind shots, like blind curves, sometimes, most of the time, you miss, and then you can't figure out why, because you can't see that survivor. You're just going for a guessing shot. And I had that problem too when I'm learning the experience of Pyramid Head. I always thought I'm guessing wrong, but sometimes that's not the case. It's most likely because survivors are just running wide and out of the range of your attack. So you're missing not because you're guessing wrong, you're missing because it's out of range. So now with it being 2 extra meters than it was before, the 10, can make his power a bit more deadlier, and it also helps with a bit of a pre-dropping too. Pre-dropping pallets is not... it's a pain in the ass as Pyramid Head. Holding W is also a pain in the ass as Pyramid Head. Like, all of that is a pain in the ass for Pyramid Head, because he has no map mobility whatsoever. And also, the duration of the Rites of Judgment being 10 seconds sounds pretty insane. I find it good or bad on both ways. The good thing that I like about it is that it gives me more time to think if I want to shoot or not. It just buys me time because I'm not in such a rush now. So I can kind of patiently more waited before I go for the shot. The bad thing about it though is that it kind of zones way better than he usually does. Now, the nerf to reduce his movement speed does make up for that though. He can't move as fast. He can still move faster than survivors, but not as like incredibly quick as he used to before his PTB changes. So the updates that he gotten are pretty good. The increased duration of the trails, I don't think that truly matters. I don't really care about it at all. I guess it's a little neat, but I mean, they mentioned he's more of a map harassment killer, so I guess increasing duration of the trails makes sense for that fitting, because who knows if they're going to step in your trails or not, regardless. But I highly doubt it's going to happen since they can crouch it. Now, that's all the good I can think of. But here's one problem I had with the new Pyramid Head. So far, Behavior did a good thing. They did a pretty good job so far with Pyramid Head. I've finally been wanting changes like 10 meters ever since the previous change they tried to give the Pyramid Head, which was really unhealthy and bad because it made tunneling so much better with the fact that you can get tormented if you get hit by his power. So I'm glad they didn't go for that direction, but it's sad that they canceled it before, because I've really been wanting change for this killer, because he's been a bit outdated for 5 years. Or at least after the time being, the game got older. He's still not as bad as Myers is outdated really bad, but I do wish he had a little bit of changes. But now with these here, I'm very happy that he finally got an update after his add-ons being terrible for 5 years, literally. But my one issue with Pyramid Head, though, is the movement speed reduction. Now, I don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's 105%. You still go faster than survivors. That's not my problem with the movement speed nerf being slower and clunky. That's not my issue there. My issue with it, though, is that because Pyramid Head now moves slower in his Rites of Judgment, it makes my flicks feel worse. Like, I can't flick as good as I used to now because I'm not a PC Pyramid Head. I can't flick amazingly insane like PC Pyramid Heads can do. So how I have to do this in console, and I've been doing this for years now, is I have to judge my body, edge it a little bit before I go for the shot because it helps me turn a little bit better. And we all know that Pyramid Head's turn restriction is really bad in his power. It's horrible. You can't look vertically. You can only go horizontally. But because he now moves a little bit slower in his power, I can't edge as quick as I used to, so most of the shots I do end up missing because I can't shoot fast enough or flick fast enough to try to score it. Which is why I've been running Cinderella Music Box for a bunch of my games. I really do like the reduced reduction of the cooldown. Other than that, that's my one issue only with Pyramid Head, is the fact that I can't edge my body fast enough no more to go for the flick because of the nerf. Now, not saying that the nerf should be reverted. I mean, if he's going to be in his power for 10 seconds, it makes sense to keep it 105. He shouldn't be 110 and then in 10 seconds, because that would make his zoning really OP. Now it just makes him OP a little bit on the zoning part. And my feign, I don't know if behavior will do this. I just hope that for console Pyramid Head players, if at least if he has a better turn rate, like not as restricted, I honestly think these changes would be perfect, or at least that one nerf of the movement speed. If they did nerf the movement speed like they did, but also made his turn rate like, I don't know, 10% faster, 20% faster, who knows, just faster and smoother to turn overall, then I honestly think that he would be in a perfect spot to try to get flicks and stuff. And it would just make it would kind of increase a little bit of the skill ceiling for the mastering part, but pays off really well when you score it. That's all I gotta say with Pyramid Head here. The changes are amazing. Now, there is one more thing I want to add into these changes. Now, behavior did a good job with these changes. I will say that. This is my only concern, and it does not happen yet. My only worried, I know they haven't updated him for a while, but like, my only worried is that I see what the direction they were doing with these changes. They want to make the tunneling less affected, which I'm perfectly fine with. And I know they made the movement speed worse, so you can't zone that much. And then they buffed the duration, which makes me more patient. So that's a healthy change. And I know that they made the punishment better, which is exactly what I wanted. I just hope that if they do have any more changes for Pyramid Head, I just hope that they're not nerfing a lot of the zoning and then buffing more of the shots. I get why they might do this, because Pyramid Head players, when they zone a lot with their power, it gets boring, and when they go for shots more, it can get more interesting. I get why people feel like that in that way. But you can't just keep nerfing the zoning and then buffing the power of his shots, because you have to keep switching up your strategy. If you keep shooting, like if you keep using his power just to go for shots 24/7, survivors will always assume that you're going for the shot. You have to kind of shoot, but also zone at the same time. You kind of want to keep switching back and forth between zoning and shooting wherever's the perfect time, because that way it will keep them guessing of what you're going to do. And of course, you also can't zone all the time, because then they're just going to assume you're not going to shoot. So that's just the thing I just was a bit worried about. If they try to update him at any soon, which I don't think he will, I think he'll be fine the next few years. But if they do future updates with him, I just hope that it's not just about nerfing the zoning and buffing the shots, because then it would make Pyramid Head players favor shots more. But then it won't be any better, because survivors will just always assume you're going to shoot, so they will always try to predict. So, and this is true to any of the other range killers, not just Pyramid Head. It works on every single other range killer. You don't always want to keep using your power just to keep going for shots. You also have to zone or fake a lot so that you can keep them guessing. Anyways, enough with Pyramid Head. Now I'm going to explain why I haven't been playing this game for a while. So I might be a bit rusty here with Pyramid Head, especially with my learning experience. But so far, I have not been playing this game for a while because I was just burnt out. I know it's a key word, burnt out. It's like that for every killer. Every player who's everybody who's watching this video has that same experience. You play a game too much, you get burnt out. It's just a thing there. So my uploads with DVD has been really slow. I've been playing other games, Shadow War, Friday the 13th, and heck, recently been playing a lot of God of War Ragnarok and God of War 4 as well. But also, I might not be playing this much anyways, even with these updates, because right now DBD is in a bad state. There's a lot of bugs, like no chase at all initiated. So this is a huge smack to M1 killers, while the OP killers like Ghoul or Nurse or even Blight, Hillbilly, won't have that much of a problem because they're going to use their power all the time. So this is just a huge slap to like Ghostface, Myers, Trapper, Rave. I'm maybe not Rave, but you get what I mean. I'm gonna stop this right here. I think I had enough talk. I'm not gonna keep talking anymore because this video is all about Pyramid Head. It's not about any other topic. I'm soon gonna make a video about Springtrap soon. And oh boy, you guys are gonna hate me for that because I'm not gonna go into any detail. I'm just gonna stop this right here and let this gameplay go out and finish everything up. But I do hope you all have a good day so far if you're playing this game, because it is not good right now. And it's just not good. I'm just gonna stop. I'll see you everybody later whenever I upload the Springtrap video, which I'm hoping it will be probably Sunday.